Hi, loves. Welcome back to our podcast. It's Natalie.
Hello, wonderful people. It is Sophie.
Hi, it's Mia.
Hey guys, it's David.
Sup, y'all? It's Vanessa.
And in today's episode, as per usual, we will be asking our guest stars questions and playing some fun games. This week, our guest star is none other than our director, drum roll please, Gene Foreman.
And welcome to
Madness.
Okay. So, Gene, we wrote up some questions and we're going to ask them to you. We have a name order, so we'll just go by that.
Okay.
So my question to you is, what do you think? Well, you obviously have casted a lot of shows. What do you think is the hardest about casting for you?
Well, it depends. If I'm casting with people I don't know, it's not difficult to cast. But the hardest thing about casting at like the studio from stage to screen is that you have to see people all the time who maybe don't get the part they want. And you could see in their face the pain, and you know that's a tough thing to have thrown at you because you know that in some way you have contributed toward their unhappiness, and that's a tough burden to bear. But if it were strangers, it would not be difficult. But because we're a school, there have been times where we're like, this person needs this. This could change their life right now. This could set them on a different course. They need this. And we've done that a few times. And as a result, the person has blossomed. So that's pretty cool. But the toughest part is seeing people who don't get the part they want.
Yeah, that
Yeah, that
definitely
makes sense.
sounds
Yeah, it's a very good answer.
difficult.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sophie, you're up next.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So, obviously you had like an acting career and you still do. So when you were in your own shows, what was your favorite one to perform in and why that one?
Well, where I got paid was more straight acting and not musicals. But musical theater-wise, Che and Evita was the coolest experience I ever had. That was a very cool role. But the film TV stuff is kind of cool. It's cool to go on sets and have a dressing room and have lines and go out and that kind of stuff. It's cool to
You
do.
must feel so famous.
I did in the very beginning,
Yeah.
and then after a while, when you're around famous people, you realize you're not. You know, like, I'm like, wow. I worked on Saturday Night Live for a few years, and there was always a famous guest, and
You were the tiger with Lindsay Lohan and the Debbie Downer, right? Or Tigger? Yeah, right.
Really?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
I knew that.
That's so cool.
I've been on a lot of episodes. There's my first one was with Megan Mullally from Will and Grace. Well, she was their friend, and I played Will. And then I was on that show, like playing small parts for like 3 years. It was a lot of fun.
So it's
Yeah.
Mia's turn.
Okay,
now.
Mia, your
Okay,
turn.
Yeah.
There's like a very big variety of shows to choose from. Like how did you figure out the first show to do at STS? Like ever?
Okay, the first show we ever did at Stage to Screen was Snow White Goes West. It's Snow White, but it takes place in the West. And there was only, it was staff and students because we were a really small group. And I think maybe it was Adam. I'm not sure, but we were like, what show could we do with everybody? We're a small organization. I think Adam came up with Snow White Goes West, and we had done it before. And we did that at Heckscher Park for the Fall Fest.
Adam's our music director, by the way.
He's a good guy too. He definitely likes what he does. Then we jumped right into the Woods and Rent. And Rent we did in the city. I mean, it happened very quickly that we started performing in the city. And how do we go about picking the shows? Well, sometimes it's because people say, "Can we please," like Legally Blonde? I mean, we were like, I couldn't even walk into the studio.
That was like all Natalie.
I mean, it wasn't
Can we do Legally Blonde?
the teens as well. It was a
Do
mutiny.
this really random, but we all want to do Heather's. Just saying.
Heather?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Good.
When we're older.
I have a comment about that. We did Heather's about as high a level as you could do it without it being a touring show, because it was our alumni and the directors, producers, and composers were working with us for that summer. It was that crazy experience. I don't know if you are aware of that, but we did Heather's with the Broadway directors. It was crazy. I'll consider doing it for your senior show.
Yes. David.
Continue.
David, your question.
Okay, so I have a question. So what do you think was the biggest challenge to overcome during what's going on right now with COVID and everything? Like getting the studio back and stuff.
The fear of someone getting COVID. That's the big fear. And what's crazy is so many young people are getting it all over the place now, but because most of them are like asymptomatic, they have strong immune systems, it's not affecting them as much. But the fear that all it takes is one that has a bad reaction or they could give it to someone. So Jen and I really obsess about that. We disinfect the studio. We're always researching new things with masks. We're always trying to keep people socially distanced. The challenge is keeping people safe, especially in an environment where everybody just wants to let loose. If the masks were able to come off today, can you imagine what Legally Blonde would be like as the celebration of no mask?
I'm a little upset.
That would be amazing.
Can you imagine the explosion of energy in a show like that?
I wonder how that work.
Well,
Even with masks.
Well, here's the thing, guys. We're going to go with clear masks, but the CDC, the governing body, if you will, of this pandemic, says that we may have to wear 2 masks for a little while, where I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
also
about
heard that.
I didn't hear that.
I don't really understand that.
But with singing, that's just
Yeah.
the worst thing.
That's literally
Yeah,
the
it's
worst
hard.
thing anyone could imagine.
That's why
Because
even
your
though
voice will project, you'll choke up on
right.
your mask.
even though it wasn't your intention to originally have auditions for the show be virtual, I think it worked out better because of the fact that we would have had to do it in masks, and so it wouldn't have like projected well enough, and it just wouldn't be like a 100% performance.
Agree.
But it's just it's upsetting right now.
It is, but
Overall,
I don't want to do virtual musicals and things like that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no.
I just can't.
It's so. My school did a virtual musical, and it
there's
was
no real joy in it for anyone.
right.
iffy, I guess.
That's why I'd rather do it with like as much safety as we can and still, be able to do it, because that's
Right.
the love of theater, being
Yeah.
able to like do it with your friends and in person and everything. So I'm happy that we're
That's like the whole
it.
experience.
Right.
That's what makes it
The
so
other
great.
thing is, we could film your show and then air it.
Mhm.
But even that I don't really want to do because you have no audience.
Yeah, that's why it's so upsetting to me.
when
Yeah.
I like getting
mean,
the
the
applause.
audience-
With an audience.
exactly not just the applause though, Mia. For me, it's like I love no. Well,
I
I'm
also
saying
like to connect with the audience.
but also
It's different.
as soon
It's
as
just
I walk on
different.
stage, usually like if you're not nervous about it, I feel like it means like you don't care. So like being nervous is a whole part of the experience.
Yeah.
So when you're nervous in front of a
Takes
live
away so
audience
much.
and you like and that like switch flips all of a sudden because like you're so in the zone, that's like the
Right.
perfect feeling. And when you like overcome the nerves and you're like,
Yeah,
wow,
and
like,
it takes
I
away
got
so
it.
much. If
It's
if
all
it
about the
was-
audience. It's
Yeah.
Theater also
I,
helps people overcome.
I'm always nervous before a show, but then once I step on the stage and start singing, I'm like, I'm fine now.
Being
I'm in
nervous
my-
is
fine,
I'm
yeah.
the whole
myself.
part of it.
The theater helps people overcome their fear of like crowds and being in front of people. So that also helps a lot.
Okay, so Vanessa has one more question, and then I just have like a generic question almost, if you want to answer it. But
Okay.
Vanessa, your turn.
Okay, so if wanting to pursue a career in theater and stuff like that, what do you think is more important to take, musical theater or scene study?
Well, it depends what you're in. If you can only take one, then you have to take the one that you think you're going to work the most in. Like if you think you're going to be more of an actor and less of a singer, you should take an acting class. If musical theater is your thing, then you should take that because that's where your love is. That's your passion. So if you could only take one, it has to be the one that suits you. I think you need both, but if you could only take one, it's the one that you love, that drew you to it to begin with.
That is very inspiring and very wise.
Snaps.
Snaps for Jean.
Snaps for Jean.
Woo!
Okay. I have one question. It's only if you want to answer, but I thought it would be kind of fun to know. For most of us, we've done a lot of shows here. So so I just wanted to know what role you thought for each of us was the most like memorable of the ones that you've cast.
Oh, okay. I'll start. All right, let's do it. Vanessa, Sandy in Grease. I thought that was a good one. David is tricky. David's been in a lot of shows. I like him in all of it. I think, David, let me ask you, what part did you like the most? Because you were pretty good in all of them. He left. What did I say? Wow. Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure at all. I think they were all equally as fun, because just doing it in the first place is fun. So I'm not sure.
You have to think about that for you. For Mia, obviously Rizzo, because she hasn't done much with us, and to jump on the scene and to explode with that was great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Natalie's done a lot of good things, man.
Very difficult.
Natalie Becker's had some success with us. Natalie, I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite role so far? Because you've gotten to do you've played some great roles.
Well, I love all of the roles I played. Honestly, I can't really say it right now, but I think my favorite's going to be Elle. But besides that,
Sure, it's going to be Elle.
I'm sure it's going to be Elle. But like besides what I've done so far, I think the most fun for me was Ariel.
That's a great
but also Kendra. Kendra was so fun.
That's just a fun show too. Like,
yeah.
Kendra seems to be in the great numbers all the time. It's either about her or, Hey Kendra is one of the best songs ever. And then when she has the fight with Lucy and they go back and forth, don't talk to me in public like that.
That was my favorite part.
It's really
Love
awesome.
that part.
Yeah, I was going in between 13 and Little Mermaid, but I think Brett was probably my favorite.
And Brett's a good role. And Sophie, you know what? You've played some good parts too. I loved you in Bring It On. I thought you were a great Captain Hook. You were a really good Willy Wonka.
I always play like the comedic roles. So honestly, it's automatically fun for me in whatever show I'm in, because that's like usually the part that I get. I loved Bridget. I think that would be my favorite. It was just all around just so fun, and she's so weird. She's just me. I loved Willy Wonka because that was really fun. But all my friends were in 13, so I didn't really get to like be with them that much. Captain Hook was funny. When I got the role, I was like, that was interesting. I had so many questions in my mind. I was like, am I wearing a fake mustache? I was like, what's gonna happen with that? But I got that hook, and I was like, I'm gonna have some fun with this. So I was like, you know what, we're good.
When you told me, I don't know why I remember this, but when you told me you got Captain Hook, I didn't believe you at first. I thought you were joking. And I started laughing, and then you were like, what?
You're doing X13 next year, right?
Oh, yeah. I think so. I think all these shows that you guys have done, and you haven't even left middle school yet. All the shows you're going to do.
Last year of middle school, halfway done.
It's crazy.
Halfway done with my last year.
It's going to be a very exciting time for you coming up musically.
Yeah.
And if you do a scene study class, we do plays.
It's gonna
And,
be so sad when all you guys are in teens and I'm still in intermediate.
yeah.
But you'll join us. You'll have fun as like a lead role. You'll be fine. You'll get over it soon enough.
This does not change anything.
Now it's time for our game time. So we have
Alrighty.
2 games planned. So our first one is a game we made called Spin for That Role. Duh. You know, like on Jimmy Fallon. Duh, we're there. Duh. Yeah. So here's an explanation from Vanessa for anybody who hasn't heard because we didn't record this yet, you know?
Okay. So before we started filming, we came up with a bunch of roles that we all liked, known roles, and we came up with exactly 50. So we plugged them into this wheel generator thing because I have an obsession with it. And I'm going to screen share, and I know you guys can't see, but it's going to spin and then it's going to land on something, and you'll still be able to hear the sound effects.
Okay.
And whatever role it lands on, we're going to have to say who we think is best fitted for that role. It's going to be like a speed round type of thing. We won't go through all of them, but Sophie and I kind of came up with this, so we're just going to demonstrate like what it is. So I'm going to quickly screen share.
Okay.
This is the wheel. We put the
There we
logo
go.
inside the wheel. So
Alright.
I'm just going to spin the wheel and then, okay, so can you hear the sound? Just like,
Yeah.
Yep,
Yes,
we can hear it.
perfect.
the wheel is spinning. And we landed on Angelica from Hamilton. Sophie's not going to say this because we all know it's her. Yeah, so that's how it works.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are we all just voting like after it lands on something?
No, because I feel like that's gonna take too long. But well, yeah, we're all just gonna say like who.
We'll just say. Okay.
So
Yeah. Just say
now that
yeah.
we know how the game works, we are going to dive right into it. So
Ah.
You unshared.
screen share
Yeah,
again.
you got a screen share again.
Okay.
Time to play.
Here we go. Okay. And by the way,
That's
she gets
awesome.
removed Angelica because like
Because like
yeah.
So now you have a total of 49 rolls.
which is kind of like my OCD. Ugh.
Mia.
Mia.
So
Mia,
Well, tell them what role it is.
It's
Oh,
Jasmine from
Jasmine
Aladdin.
from Aladdin. Jean, what do you think? Jean.
I'm not sure I understand what's going on.
So basically, the roles that pop up, you have to pick somebody.
Who do you think is the best,
Best
year fitted
fitted.
for Jasmine?
I'd say maybe Mia.
Yeah, that's what we're
I
saying.
agree.
that's what we
Mia.
said.
Okay, final answer.
Yeah.
Aladdin, Jasmine, Mia. Next one.
so
Beautiful.
we're now. Spin, spin, spin. Whoop, whoop.
Don't talk over the sound.
What is
No,
it?
that's the one I
this
didn't
is a
want. I
sensitive-
didn't want to be so
this is a sensitive
disappointed. No.
It landed on Patrice from 13. I personally think Sophia Barone.
No,
Yeah,
we
I
cannot
was
crush
gonna
Mia's
say
dream.
Sophie also.
Even though my dreams are the
I
same,
say-
we will crush Mia's. So no, Mia.
I say Sophie.
I see Mia. Shut up.
I said Sophie.
Why, David? Mia, I believe in you.
I'm not gonna even put into this because I want to be Patrice. It's a dream role. So
Adam's
We
Family
landed on
Gomez.
Gomez from Adam's Family.
So we
and
all know it's Jean. So like,
Jean.
yes, Jean.
David, you're just not fit for this role. I'm sorry.
David, sorry.
Sorry, David.
So it's
Like
Gomez.
that is like
Family
perfectly just
Jean.
like
I'm not
that's
waiting.
something I could like put my part.
I
Like
can't even read it.
David's having a crisis. It's okay.
I'd also have to say Sophie for this
Why
one.
are they
too.
all
It's
landing on the
School
roles
of
that
Rock
I
to
want?
Mia.
oh, I
I
love that
think
show.
Mia. I think
Sophie's
Mia.
getting all the attention on this wheel right now.
It's
I
only
think
two.
Mia. I'm different. I think Mia.
You're different. Adam.
Damien.
David.
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 Maybe David. Mean Girls, Damien.
David would
David.
Natalie and I have not
slay.
said
Yes.
David would have fun. Although I would see him more.
Move down a little bit.
No, it's a speed round.
So
What is it?
David from Bring
Okay.
Back-
David.
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 Because that's like British too. So like same
I
thing.
see that honestly.
If he did that show, he'd probably
Yeah,
get the role,
David.
because, like
Dun, 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 dun.
my anxiety is like. "Woo."
Elsa from
Elsa.
Frozen. What do you think for this
Oh my
one?
God,
This
I
is a
don't
very
know.
controversial-
Oh.
Elsa's the
Either
one hair or
Elsa's
the other one?
from Frozen.
Either
Elsa's
me
the
or
older
hair
one.
one.
The older
either me or
one.
Natalie.
The Ice Power one is Elsa.
Either me or Natalie.
Yeah, I see myself as more of an Anna.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natalie.
Yeah,
Natalie
Natalie.
Natalie.
Okay,
Really
Frozen,
good.
Elsa,
I love
Natalie.
Elsa.
It's the L note. She has to hit that L note. And she does that.
Yeah.
That's the same
Yes,
note.
Jean, pop up.
Really?
You spelled her
Mia.
name wrong. I told you to fix it. I told you. No, Mia would be more of a Wednesday.
It's Adam's Family, Morticia.
Morticia.
I would say Mia.
I'd say
Yeah,
Mia for
Mia.
Wednesday because she's younger. But
Yeah, I would say Mia for
older.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I would love to play this role because I played Wednesday,
I
but
would
it'd be
love
so
to be
fun to play
Morticia.
this. Me and Natalie. I
Sophie
feel like
would be a good Morticia.
You can play Morticia. All three of you could play. David,
Yeah.
you can even play Morticia.
If it was like
I would not be Morticia at all.
School of Rock.
Jean.
Jean.
Yeah, my dad's gonna listen and like start crying. But Jean,
Doing
I have not been chosen for any of these, so I'm hoping it
Dewey
lands.
School of Rock.
Dewey Finn.
Okay, Alphaba
Wait, which
from
one?
Wicked.
Is it gonna be
Um,
Alpha Glinda?
I'm
Mia.
sorry.
I don't
Mia.
know.
I don't want to be Alpha. I want to be Glinda because those high notes. So like, you can take this one. You can
Excuse me,
fight over this one.
Staring
You can
at the
take this
future
one.
Alphaba.
Yeah,
Oh my
Alpha, all three of you guys.
Dream
I
roll,
just went Vanessa.
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 We landed on
Peggy from Hamilton.
from Hamilton.
Vanessa.
Agreed.
I don't like
We joke about this a lot because she really hates the fact that it's her. But
What was that laugh, Mia?
I don't like Peggy.
It's my
She's
special.
I know, but you are her. You gotta face the facts, Vanessa.
Faces.
Sure.
Wait, which one? Because either one, probably you, David.
Oh,
David.
Pugsley, Adam's Family, David.
Let's
Oh, it's a
say-
cute
David.
father-son
David is
combination.
perfect
David
for
and
that
Jean.
role.
David, oh, that'd be so cute.
He is a bigger
Cute
kid.
little family.
Which?
Arnberg.
Hamilton.
Oh,
So
Hamilton.
Jean.
Jean.
I guess I have to in this group. It's me.
Yeah, Jean.
David can be
Hamilton's
Philip.
mother.
David can be Philip. That was Hamilton from Hamilton, Jean.
Yes.
Okay, Campbell from Bring It On.
Vanessa.
Natalie. I'd see
Either
Vanessa's
one,
like
either
Eva
one.
or
Either
Skylar. I
one,
think Natalie
either
would be
one.
Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either one.
You guys kind of have like same
Yeah.
role preferences too, so like.
I don't even know. So, not gonna answer.
We've done a lot.
Yeah.
Kendra from
Lucy or Kendra? Kendra.
Vanessa.
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 In this age and time, Vanessa, but in the past it would be Natalie again, but Vanessa.
Yes.
Okay.
Spin the wheel.
I'm not
Spin
arguing.
the wheel.
Kendra.
Oh, also, if we haven't said the past few, I'm very sorry, but the last one was just Kendra from 13. That was.
Bridget
Elsa.
from Bring It On is Sophie.
Sophie.
I would
Sophie
like really
would
love to
play
play
that
that again. So like, yeah.
Sophie.
Oh, that was so fun.
Velma from Chicago. I would probably say Mia.
I love
I would love to
Chicago.
be
I don't
Velma,
know.
but I'd have to give it to Mia.
People always tell me Mary Sunshine because apparently I'm neither
Great
Velma
part.
or
Mary
Roxy,
Sunshine's great
so I
part.
don't really know.
Lizzie was Mary Sunshine.
Yeah, I know.
She was and used
Yeah.
it.
So that never happened.
Ugh.
Chicago
would
was a
say
great
Mia
show for you
for Velma.
guys when you get older. You have to dance.
So Velma, Chicago.
We have
what is
three.
our?
Oh.
What's our
I
final?
would love to be Velma, but I have to give it to Mia.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Mia.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 13 parts in a
I
row.
thank
in a row.
you.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, we usually put the parts next to each other.
4 years.
Glinda.
Glinda.
Jean, what do you think?
Oh.
Linda, I want to say something. I think Chicago, in a few years, could be possible with this group right here being major players.
Can you
That's what-
cast us right now so we don't have to
I
wait?
know who I want to be.
If I was doing an intermediate version of it right now,
Natalie, Roxy, me, Velma, Sophie, the person I forgot her
Mia.
name.
Let
Mia.
Because I'm
That's
sorry.
Tell me, Mia.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
the,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
the four of you, the four of you would land nicely. David too. All right. So who's Glinda? Oh,
Either like Vanessa or Sophie.
I guess I have to.
okay.
I would. That's one of my dream roles. I would love to be Glinda.
I think Sophie.
Yeah, because she.
Except
Sophie.
like
Because
I
Sophie
call
could
this.
hit those notes.
I
Like,
call this blonde supremacy because
Oh,
Glinda's
God.
They had a thing
Here
against
we go,
me called
everybody.
Blonde Supremacy.
like
Eliza.
Natalie.
Natalie.
Oh, that's my dream role. That's on the
Eliza
top.
Hamilton.
what do you think?
Natalie. If
I
we
said Natalie.
ever got to write
I'm
to the
asking
show,
Jean what
Natalie
you
would be
think.
Eliza. I would hope to be
Let Jean
Velma.
answer.
And Peggy.
Vanessa would be Peggy.
And Peggy.
I don't know if she's a Peggy, but I'm going to sit that one.
I don't want to be Peggy.
Who would I be in Hamilton?
Eva in Bring It. Is it
Skylar or Eva? It's like literally in the middle. Skylar.
Skylar. Oh, I want to be Skylar, but I wouldn't.
What a fun role that is.
I don't really know Bring It
Was
On.
Lizzie Skylar?
Yeah,
No,
it was Eva. She was Eva.
It was
I
Ava.
was
Oh,
Skylar.
what a great role. Ava is a fun role. And so is Skylar. I mean, these
Yeah.
are great roles.
I love Skylar.
It was fun. It was fun being Bridget because I got to like switch.
No.
So I got to do like kind of both of the dance stuff and like that's why.
Okay, next.
So
Here we go.
Skylar, Bring It On.
Kind
We've
of all of
come
us
to
in a
like
way.
all
Skylar.
3 of you besides me.
Okay.
We haven't landed on anything from Heather's
Spin.
or Mean Girls.
Go.
No, I don't want Heather's and Mean Girls because that gives me anxiety. Because,
Heather's,
oh my god!
Veronica.
But why that
Me.
role? Why
Me.
that role? Yeah, I mean,
Mia.
you can take it, Mia. It's fine. I'll be Martha.
I don't know. I actually think Sophie.
I mean, stop.
thank you,
No.
Natalie.
Let's just give it to Mia.
Thank you. For
No,
your
we're gonna-
love. I love you.
No, we're gonna give it to Mia, and we're gonna give me Martha because I'll shine as Martha.
Every week.
I'll have my few lines. I'll shine. David.
David.
Oh, David
I
or
said
Jean. David or
David
Jean.
or Jean?
JD Heathers.
I think David will be a
That
lot
was-
more fun.
That was JD Heathers because we're not saying these
Lucy
roles.
in 13.
Oh,
Wait.
which one? Lucy.
Natalie.
Natalie.
That was quick.
So the next game that we're playing has many different titles, but at STS it is known as the party game. So in this game, I will put one person in a breakout room to wait, and the rest of us will come up with any character from a movie, TV show, musical, or even a generalized character, like a regular witch or a cow or like anything. So you can be anyone or anything, and I'll let
I
the
love that.
person out of the breakout room, and they can ask us questions, but it just can't be like, who are you? Or like anything like that, because that's like ruining the whole point of the game.
Party.
And
We
try
would
not
play
to give yourself away too easily.
Okay, so as a group.
So we're gonna
Let's
play
just
2
get
rounds.
right into it, you
And
know?
so who's gonna
Oh
go
wait,
to
so one.
Let's do this.
Okay, so
Why don't we'll go reverse order. So Vanessa, you go first.
we are just doing random musical theater roles.
No,
We spun the
wait,
wheel.
so-
We spun the wheel and got a roll. So we're just doing random musical theater.
Uh-oh.
Random shows or shows we've done?
Random shows.
Well, some we've done.
So most of them we've done.
Most of them we've done.
Some we've done,
Alright.
some.
You
No,
start with
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
And
And
you with Vanessa.
you have unlimited questions.
Unlimited questions.
All right,
Unlimited
Yeah.
Vanessa,
questions.
is it a show that we've done before?
Yeah.
Is it 13?
I don't know. I don't feel like giving that away.
But doesn't she have to say yes?
Yeah, you have to say yes. Vanessa.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's either yes or no.
Are
It's
you
yes
Brett?
or no questions.
Maybe.
I got it.
yes or no.
That was
so good.
All right,
It was the
thank you.
hack. The hack gave it away.
Who do I have next?
David.
David.
David. Let's go real clues.
Uh-oh.
David, is it a show you've
Yes,
been
it
in?
is.
Take off the hat.
Get in character, David.
I don't know what to do to get in character.
So,
I mean, I just need to be. Actually,
David, is it a role you've played before?
No.
You know, ask questions about like the characters specifically.
Okay.
Don't tell him what
yes
to do.
or no
Mia.
questions.
All right.
Sorry.
Is this character a male or female?
Male.
Male. Does he sing a lot?
Yes, I believe so.
And it's a show that we've done.
Yes, I've been in this
Have you
show.
been in it? All right. You're not giving me any clues exactly. Like there's nothing.
There's nothing I can do except putting like, I don't even know if I can find it. Putting the there's nothing I can do.
Okay.
Literally, I just need to be.
That's kind of true.
If you want to, you can move on to the next person and then just like come back to him.
Yeah.
So that would
let me
be
find
Mia.
Are you
Me.
also in 13 and you're Evan?
Yes.
You were supposed to be Kendra.
Wow.
He wasn't
How
gonna
good
do
was
that.
For Kendra.
How good was that? All right.
That
Who's
was good.
next? I
Mia.
can't believe
Mia.
Me.
Mia.
I have a pineapple on my hat.
All right.
Okay. Here we
Yeah,
go.
we're-
Is it a
almost
show
done.
that you've been in at the studio?
No.
Okay. Is it a studio show?
Was she again?
No.
Is it Heathers?
It is not.
Is it Jan in Greece?
It is not.
Oh, that's right. It's not from a show that's taking place at the studio.
We haven't done this show, right? Yeah, no, we haven't.
I don't
Oh.
think we've never done the show.
Does this person have a love interest?
I do.
I do.
I do. And
Is that supposed to give something away?
Is it a show that was running on Broadway before it stopped?
what do you mean?
Like before COVID.
Was it on Broadway?
Yes, it was.
And COVID stopped it.
Uh-huh.
What happens to this character in the end?
That's a good question.
I end up finding a new love interest and we live happily ever after.
You didn't include the other part, bro.
Really? Well, it sounds like Legally Blonde and Elle.
Oh,
not.
it kind of does, but
It
it's
kind of
not.
does, but it's not.
But no, because Legally Blonde wasn't running. It because
Mia kind of almost froze to death.
And so and she gets.
That was a hint.
Is this
No.
character, how old is this character?
I think I'm like 20 something, like early 20s.
yeah.
Yeah.
Vanessa gave a huge hint, but like Jean didn't hear it.
You almost freezes.
No, stop!
Stop saying
No,
it.
Just say it. Say it.
No,
No,
The character
no,
might
no, no.
Frozen? Is it Frozen?
I
Anna
mean,
from Frozen.
It's yes or no.
Vanessa!
I thought you said to say it.
What?
No, he didn't.
Vanessa! This is why most of us actually had to have a vote whether
Did
or
he
not
hear
Vanessa
it?
was
Did he
joining the
hear it?
podcast. I'm just kidding. But like
Did he hear it?
no. But most of us really didn't want him here.
Gene, did you hear it? Did
Yeah,
you hear it?
he guessed Frozen already, so he was gonna get you anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so-
I've gotten one, two. I've gotten three of you, or
So
four.
me and then Natalie is left.
All right, Natalie, is it an STS show? Oh, you and then it's
It's
who?
Sophie's
Oh,
turn.
me. Oh,
Me
me.
and then yeah.
All right, so Sophie, is it an STS show?
No.
Oh, Lord.
Well, it was.
Is your character a happy character?
Yes. Well, yes.
Is she in high school?
No.
How old is she, would you say?
11.
Is it Matilda? Is it
No.
the girl? Okay. She's 11. It could be the girl in School of Rock. I just can't remember her. Is it the girl in School of Rock that books the band?
Yeah.
Oh my God, is that good? You know what?
No.
I hope everybody's watching from America.
Say her name. Say her name.
Say my name.
Say her name.
Her name is a season.
Winter, spring, fall.
Oh, she's Winter.
No. What?
Wait a minute.
Winter, spring, and fall.
What comes after spring?
Summer. Oh, Summer. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
She's
Yay.
also in iCarly.
Yeah, it's Miranda Cosgrove.
I know, what a career for her.
Cosgrove.
It is
Yeah.
now
Natalie's turn. And then
I have to answer in character, right?
yeah.
Wait, hold up. I'm getting props.
I was trying to
Okay,
I was trying to act all peppy for Anna.
Oh yeah, I know
That's
who you
all
are
good.
again. You got so lucky with this role. Oh my god.
I really did.
Okay. Is it an STS show?
You have done it before, yes.
Oh, you're so funny. Is it Sally Bowles in Cabaret?
It is not Sally Bowles from Cabaret.
Like, she's still like, yeah, very good, Natalie. Wait a second. It could be High School Musical Sharpay.
It is not from High School Musical. And it's not Sharpay either.
Nice. So, then maybe, what is she famous for in the show? Can't answer that. Huh? Okay.
Death.
She's famous for death.
And red,
Oh.
the color red.
Oh, God. Little Red Riding Hood, Into the Woods. Little Red.
No.
Oh, you were so sure.
I was so sure. Red and death, and it's not Little Red?
I'm
Wow.
talking to you. I'm talking to you from the beyond.
I feel bad.
Person is dead?
Can you, Natalie,
She
say
is.
something? Say like,
Maybe say how the person
Should I give you
died.
a hint?
Say how the
Should I
person
give you a
died,
hint?
Natalie.
say her last words. Say her last words.
No, that's gonna give it away. But
Oh.
I will say,
Say how she died.
bleach and oysters.
Say your last word.
Say your last words.
Fine. Oh God.
Do it in character.
No,
Show us
I'm not
Show
doing
us
that
what
in
you got.
Do it in
Wait,
character.
wait. Is it Heather's?
It is Heather's.
It's Veronica?
Nope.
Oh, it's one of the Macs. Is it Heather Mack?
Gene, do you realize that Heather Mack is the one who doesn't die?
Okay, so she's dead. It's Courtney.
No.
Say the last words.
No.
Say
so
the
this
last
one-
words.
Corn nuts.
I know who it is. She's
You know
the
the
red
show.
Heather.
My name is Heather Chandler.
I didn't say Heather.
You said
You said
Heather.
Heather, but you never
There
said
are two
Chandler.
other Heathers.
Yeah, there's
Well,
either
I-
Duke or
Two
Chandler.
other Heathers.
I kept saying Heather Mack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have recently talked with a bunch of people from the studio. We had them send us questions that they wanted to ask you. So
We
we're plugging
texted the
them
Legally Blonde
in.
group chat.
We texted the Legally Blonde group chat. We're plugging all the questions into the wheel. Which everyone gets selected, you'll have to answer. Well, if you want to, obviously. One of them was anonymous, but if the others get chosen, a shout out will be made to that person who sent in the question. Here we go.
Wheel.
Jean's face is on the wheel.
She look up. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Laughing.
You know,
Here we
there are
go.
better pictures of me.
The one I wanted.
I do have better pictures. I look 100 years old there.
Okay.
What a trick.
That's okay. That one was Diana.
Shout out to Diana.
Ogle.
Diana. Shout out to Diana.
asked,
Shout out to Diana.
what
I think
attracted you to having a career in theater? I'm doing the other question because they
But
don't.
yeah,
they
let's just do all the questions.
Okay, well, to answer that one, my family liked performing. Like, I went to school in Brooklyn, and the arts was really encouraged in school, and we were always in shows. And I think because for a long time I was the youngest in my family before my youngest came along, and the only way to get any attention, I think, was to entertain. I had 2 older brothers and a sister, and they were always doing stuff. And I think to get people's attention, I played these small parts, and then I think I always wanted to be an actor. I loved movies, and I always wanted to try to bridge sports with acting. That was kind of what I wanted to like. And I was like, I think I just want to be in like Sandlot or something, like, you know, like or Bull Durham in these great movies, or, you know, I think watching movies made me want to be in them, and trying to get attention from my siblings in performing. So I hope
I've
that
seen
answers that.
Sandlot like 5,000 times.
We did it.
Oh my God, same.
We did Sandlot this summer, and it was insane.
I've seen that movie a lot.
Oh my goodness, we
So
did it.
I did it for. I did that in the theaters for one of my. Well, they did this thing where you can bring a disc and we put it in the theater and we watched it for my birthday.
Oh, that's really cool. Did you happen to see the scenes we did from this summer for Sandlot?
I don't think so.
I got to show you that. It's great.
I kind of feel bad, so we're gonna share there's only 3 others, so whatever.
Okay. You feel bad that not many people have questions for me? It's okay.
No, I feel bad that they're not gonna get shout outs.
They put anonymous.
So, what is your favorite part about running an acting studio? Thank you, Justin, for sending this one in. Yes.
Yeah, Justin.
My favorite thing. That's an easy question. It's watching people succeed, and the definition of that can be so many different things. It could be making friends. It could be getting a part. It could be being less shy. It could be confronting the person that isn't nice to them. It could be getting out of a toxic friendship. Standing up to a bully. Whatever it is, That's the best part, is seeing people grow. And that answer is different for each person, but it's watching people grow and learn and feel good. You know, it sounds like the same answer anybody would give, but it really is rewarding watching people grow. And there's just a multitude of ways they could do that. They could grow as performers, as people. And I like seeing them all. I love seeing the underdog win. I love that. Anybody, the favorite is always going to win. It's the underdog that needs to win once in a while. And then before you know it, they win a couple of times. They're not the underdog anymore. And that's what's really cool. All right.
And acting is like a way for people to escape, especially.
That's for sure.
David should be like a meditation person, you know? I'm sorry. I was quiet for a while. I can't do that, you know what I mean? I wonder if the best one would be the last one.
Have you ever been in a TV show? And if so, who do you play? Thank you, Desiree, for sending this one in.
Desiree.
Claps for Desiree.
Claps for Desiree.
I've had small parts on a lot of TV shows,
Woo!
but I think, what was my favorite? It was a show called Loving. It was on just before All My Children, and I played 2 parts. I played a doctor and a killer, and I was a twin, but it was me. And it was only for a couple of episodes. It wasn't a huge role, but it was fun. It was fun. It was fun, and it was a long time ago. But are there any? I got to play these really stupid, bizarre little small roles on Saturday Night Live that were in these sketches. Some of them were a lot of fun. Like when Sarah Palin was running for.
Wait, you met Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah, many times, because he was on the
that's
show.
cool.
And I was in the elevator with him at the end of his last show, and we were talking about, you know, saying good luck, and he's like, thank you, and it was his last show. Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
Yeah.
David's casually dying over there, but
I know what's going down, and so is Sophie.
Sorry.
They're having a very different experience at the moment.
It's because of what Mia said.
You're laughing because of me? You're laughing because of mine.
Woo! And then I started laughing more because Sophie and David were laughing, and David was making fun of me.
When I laugh, it hurts.
I was saying woo for Desiree for that question.
Okay.
we have one
Last
question.
This one is anonymous because
This is an interesting.
it's a little, you know.
This was by anonymous.
Wanted this question to get chosen after we
Snaps for anonymous. Woo!
That's for anonymous.
There's really no point in spinning the wheel.
No, well, I just want to see. I want to see the confetti. Confetti. Yay!
I don't even know what that means.
Like, do you like have things in your mind of like what's
Like couple wise.
Wait,
Yeah.
do I say that again, Natalie?
like if you like, do you have anything in your mind you haven't like shared this to anyone, like where you think 2 people would be really good together, like
Yeah.
couple wise?
Sure.
There's no reason this was
So now they were done with those games and nothing happened in between.
Jean, if you have any questions for any of us, feel free to ask.
Okay.
If you don't, it's fine.
Whether it's individually or you have a question that you want like all of us to answer.
I'll ask each of you something individually. All right. David, what's a job you could see yourself having when you're grown up?
Jacob
Oh.
asked the same question last time, right?
Did he?
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Then I'll
think
ask
so.
a different.
Is it what I would like or what I would like feel
Like.
comfortable in?
What do you think what do you think is possible? I think anything is possible. I do.
Anything's possible.
Baseball would
Statistical
be my
throwback.
first priority, or football. Either one would be very nice. But I would maybe like, I wasn't gonna say. I don't know what it is. I forgot the name of it.
What do they do?
Do.
What does You don't know the name of the career? You want to tell me?
No,
what
I
it
know
is?
what it is. But
I'm sorry.
coding and stuff would be
You're
very
sick of us and
helpful.
she's the
That'd be a very good
youngest.
job,
That's so cool,
especially
David.
how
I think
technology
that is cool.
is increasing.
That is
so
very
cool.
cool.
I
Technology.
like that answer. Natalie,
Oh, okay.
when you think of tennis and you think of theater, what are the similarities and what are the differences?
Oh. Well, first of all, I enjoy theater a lot more than I do tennis.
Did
Like
you
that's
always?
kind of what?
Did you always, or that's new?
Like for the past 2 years, it's just like been coming down to the point where like I'm so much more serious about theater than I am tennis. But I think the differences, well, for me at least, is when I'm doing theater, like everyone in this whole room knows this, but I get so extremely nervous before a show. It's like
It's kind of funny,
like
though,
more than
not gonna lie.
no, but like
You're
it's
like,
like unhealthy and physically
And
painful,
then-
and it's not normal.
And then you start speed reading the song.
Right. Well, it's
Right.
like it's normal to be nervous
That's
before a
what I
show,
do.
but like I get way too nervous. But then like when I get on stage, everything is so that even before I go on stage, but I'm still nervous. But for tennis, when I'm doing a tournament, I'm not nervous at all. Like even before I go into it, I'm just like whatever.
Gotcha.
That's one of the differences for me.
That's cool.
And I think that's important because if you're nervous for something, that means you're more pressured to do well, and like you feel
That you
Like,
want to really, really do.
it's
well.
more important to you.
Yeah.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Mia, when you first came to Stage to Screen, was it what you thought it would be?
I do remember I didn't really want to go for a while, actually, because Jen was like texting my mom, like, Mia should really try out Stage to Screen. And she kept, because like I was really, really like especially into singing, because like I'd like go in my basement, dance and sing, dressing up in costumes. And my mom was like, Mia, would you want to do Stage to Screen? And because Jen keeps on asking, and I'm like, I'm not sure because I don't really know anybody, or I don't think I'm good enough, or just a lot of that. It was definitely different than I expected. I thought it was definitely going to be like more like strict, because like more like school strict, like
It should be more strict in some ways, but not school strict.
yeah, like that's what I like, because like we have like definitely more freedom, which I like, because everyone really gets an opportunity.
Okay. Vanessa, what is something that you can always count on that makes you happy?
This might sound like, don't think I'm just saying this to say it, but honestly, Stage to Screen, like,
Really?
yeah, it's such a great place, and
Did you like your class?
I love it.
That's a great group, man. You're with like those girls bring it. You're in a
Ew.
she's with-
Wednesday class.
Grace.
She was in the
Yes.
Wednesday class.
Grace, Emma.
yeah.
Lily
else?
and Mihi. But I
Yeah.
was
What a
telling
nice
them,
group you're with.
Shout
I
out.
just
Huh.
really wanted to do the show. I want to do the classes, but I really just wanted to do the show. But
Gotta go.
I
Yeah.
told Natalie's mom about 2 weeks before the list even went out.
Oh, trust me, Natalie. I know. Natalie literally was so stressed.
She was like,
He
that.
told Lizzie.
Didn't you
Lizzie
tell my
knows.
mom that
Lizzie
about
won't tell me.
Rizzo? Didn't you tell my mom that about
Lizzie,
Rizzo?
Lizzie came home. Lizzie came home and was like,
About like a couple weeks
Jean
before the
said
cast
something
list
that
came
you
out.
really won. And I was
My
like,
mom
what?
didn't tell me though. She wanted
And
to like
she's like,
leave me on
I'm
suspense.
not telling you. And I was like, I called Sophie. I'm like, what if he said that?
I was like, Natalie, shut up.
Sophie, when you think of Broadway musicals, have you ever seen one and visualized yourself in it while you were watching it?
That is a very, very good question.
It's one of
So,
my better ones. I don't know where that came from.
came from the heart. Okay.
So,
Okay.
all right. So what do you got for me,
So,
Sophie?
So that's happened a bunch of times because I am very fortunate to have seen like many Broadway shows because I live so close to the city. So it's happened a lot of times because I happen to have like a lot of roles that like I want to play, but a few like that I really want to play. It's happened, and I'm like standing in the audience, and I don't remember myself necessarily putting myself into like their costume or anything, but just like visualizing myself like in the same set or like in the same like place that the character stands in on stage and like with the same characters around me and everything. I feel like it's fun to visualize that because it could possibly come true.
Oh yeah, like also mouthing the words when the people are saying.
Oh, that's like I do it whether or not I want the character. Whether or not I want the character, yeah. I just like because I'll listen to the music before I go to see the Broadway show because like it's just like the music.
I remember during Mean Girls, I was humming to World Burn, and Lizzie's like, "Natalie, shut up!"
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize I was doing that."
We went with the studio to see Mean Girls as a summer intensive show, and that was awesome.
Thank you so much, Jean, for coming. It was a pleasure having you.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone was so excited.
It was very nice.
Thank you for taking time out of your day.
Yes, for us stupid heads, like.
I was thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Yeah, I hope you had fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And next week, guess who we're having on?
Mia.
Next week, we are having
Gavin
and Landon.
Oh, wow.
Two people who.
If you don't know who they are,
you are yet to meet them.
Yeah, you are yet to meet them. You will. There are also students at the studio, and you will see them next week. We are leaving you in suspense.
It's our first time with two people, so that's going to be interesting.
And that's it for tonight's podcast. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much, Jean.
Bye.
My
Bye.
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you.
Bye, Jean.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.